Bloons Pop is the latest mobile game to come from the Bloons series. It's a game that mirrors the gameplay of the hit game Peggle from PopCap Games, but still yet has a Bloonsy vibe. In this game, you fling your monkey creatures at a seemingly unending horde of balloons in an act of medieval shenanigans that resembles barbarity, only matched by the disgruntled birds of yesteryear. But one thing I find notable about this game is the fact that, well, I don't think anyone played or spoke about it at all after only months of the game being out. But why is that? What happened to Bloons Pop? Well, let's talk about it. By the way, for every like this video gets, a balloon gets popped. Be a monkey. Let's be clear, first of all, this game is genuinely dead. No one makes videos about it, the online forums are dead, and the game even received its final update last year, which is about as dead as it gets. But onto the game itself, what's the gameplay like? The core components actually come from the story. The balloons have invaded, gasp, and they have literally stolen the Monkey City, and the mayor is asking you to defeat those rubber scoundrels as to reobtain your Bloons Monkey City. You combat the balloons by throwing monkeys at them, and those sun god blessed towers have their own ways of popping the inflated menace. Each tower does an attack that resembles their Tier 1 counterpart from BTD 6. And you use them by aiming down whatever path you want them to take, and let them wreak havoc. If you pop enough balloons, you gain the ability to use a hero. Heroes don't use up any of your tower slots and will do an ability that is usually just their base attack from BTD 6, but it's also sometimes a level 3 or 10 ability, or in the case of Churchill, where he just avenges the London Blitz. To rebuild your city, you buy decor and buildings with monkey money and balloon stones, which are gained from discovering new things in the Bloonpedia, incubating the mysterious red liquid you get from winning games, or just simply buying it. The rounds get progressively harder, as you would expect. Balloons get things like shields, magic resistance, fortification, camouflage, and all sorts of extra perks from BTD 6. They also get barriers akin to that of the 2007 Bloons game, such as rubber and metal blocks. However, something that you as the player gain throughout the game is power-ups. These little guys spawn at the end of the map and occasionally the middle. These include radar scanners, maelstorms, monkey ace, ballistic missiles, and other power-ups that are basically just abilities or towers from BTD 6. Balloons will also sometimes spawn with magic or bullets trapped in their little villainous bodies, but these don't really come in use often, except for the little magic bullets. That guy has saved me more times than I can account. You can also encounter Moabs in later levels, but these admittedly come pretty darn late and simply generate balloons while taking damage, as well as dropping the usual 4 ceramics. Of course, the other tiers of Moabs are included, but that's not important to this discussion, but I thought it was worth mentioning. With this information now stewing in your head, you may now be wondering, why exactly is this game dead now? Well, I have a few thoughts. First of all, and possibly most agreeable, is that the game's gameplay feels repetitive. That's a cliche argument that anyone could make about anything, but the gameplay of Bloons Pop genuinely ends up feeling like the same experience every game with at most slight variation. This is coming from someone who had level 300 plus before their phone imploded. Another reason I feel is that there simply wasn't an appetite for a new Bloons game, or more specifically, another mobile-specific game. I mean, clearly people wanted new Bloons games, considering that BTD Battles 2 had players that were eager to play, but did anyone want another mobile exclusive, especially after BTD 6 was no longer in a similar state? I doubt it. In general, I just don't think it was meant to be, which is sad because I actually really like this game, and heck, there's even tons of exclusive cosmetics that are quite good, and maybe we'll see them added to BTD 6 one day? Well, I hope so at least. Perhaps this could have worked if they, for one, gave it a PC port, and secondly, added more variety. Perhaps more towers, more dynamic level design, like perhaps making some maps go left to right, or something in that ballpark. But as it stands, I doubt we'll see a revival. There isn't much else here to say. Bloons Pop is a good game, but it just didn't last. At all.